I told you this would happen. It's always about timing, you know. Doesn't matter where you are, what you do, eventually the truth starts to come out. And it's important really to get to the truth of these stories because, as we now know, the likes of Harry and Meghan have literally detailed what they wanted, their version of events, for so long. Various sort of platforms have decided to talk about, accusing members of the British monarchy allegedly of being racist and all that sort of stuff. Deplorable behaviour, and one, of course, that Prince Harry himself knew that the British monarchy would never really truly answer back in a public space because it's not what they do. But what is fascinating, as that latest person departed, the employee of course, the Sussex team, it's fascinating to see exactly how well it played out. And is it really that rare? Let me explain. To see you, thank you so much as ever for taking the time out to join me. We'll have a lovely wave. Are you all right today? Thank you as ever, genuinely mean that. Whatever you're doing, look after yourselves. And as ever, thank you so much for your kindness regarding the recent videos. As I said, a while back somebody said to me, oh Neil, you know, do you actually make these videos yourself or do you have a cameraman? I do it all myself. I mean, you can see, look, it's a stick and it's me. And what I do is I was just lucky enough to bump into a couple of people on the bus. Isn't this spooky? And they were watching some of the videos. And it's just because I heard myself saying in the very heart of London. And I thought, oh, no, have I left the phone going? No, it turns out they were watching. I turned round, they couldn't believe it. It was like seeing a ghost. Casper the Ghost. Yeah. Frightening stuff, isn't it? Lovely people. Welcome one and all to everybody who's watching from Spain or wherever you are in the world. Let's get back to your royal story of the day. This is an important story because the bullying claims against both sides, of course, went on and on. And as we know, Queen Elizabeth decided it was a private matter. And I always agreed with that in some sense because I felt that the Sussexes would exploit this, want to pick it apart, and that would be a bigger problem all round. But what was interesting was talking to people who literally were on that African tour, and they were really revealing about the problems that not just the senior publicity team had, but other people that were assisting the ex-royals. According to them, nothing was ever good enough. Everything was sort of picked apart and, you know, dissected. Why did they ask this? I wasn't told about that, you know, that sort of stuff. Now, in defense of the two, I have to say that this is normal behavior for micro celebrities. You know, why didn't you warn me about that? I shouldn't have been asked. Why am I being asked to stand and be pictured with this person? All that sort of stuff. But look, this was at that time an official royal tour. And it was clearly obvious that Meghan Markle got bored because she walked out of an event what she clearly should have been still attending. Even though all these people were lined up to meet and greet her with gifts, etc., she walked away visibly, leaving that team to literally deal with the aftermath. As one source told me, who was literally part of that team, it was highly embarrassing and it was a sort of sign of things that were going to come in the future. But while we could speak to Prince Harry and sort of reason with him on a level, no, not his wife Meghan. This was the way that she was going to be running the show. And famously, as we all now know, she allegedly said, you know, I can't believe I'm not getting paid to meet all of these people, forgetting actually it was the Royal Association and nothing to do with the fact that she'd been in suits on a cable TV channel. You get the picture. So while of course people are pondering why exactly did Josh Settler leave, I would say that if anything was to go by what I was told on that tour all those years ago, given the demands, the pressures, and more importantly, the failings currently of, you know, Archewell and the ongoing platform, it's no wonder things are highly stressed. And it's not just the people that we know about that we've already reported on, there are apparently underlings too that have disappeared off the trace of the earth, who were former staff. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.